You know, that's really it. It's kind of like a guy like has a magical limo. They fight and they use like this really incorrect terminology about the economy and shit to activate powers. And the whole show is psychological because the main character, his pet, his Digimon, like it's his daughter. It's what he wants his daughter to look like and be. She hugs him
Except
at
he's
the
in
end.
love with his personification of the daughter, so it's kind of like a weird parent-child relationship that's going a little too
Yeah,
far.
you need to link this here in the review, Rory, because like legit, that's his daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, you watched the show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, you remember
No,
it's
no,
this.
that's the wrong one. You mean one moment. Let me get it.
All right.
You mean
The thing is
yes,
just
of course.
yeah. The thing is
As for C, I'm actually an international business graduate, and the terms they threw around sort of perturbed me because it was like we're going to use the power of investments to make this ultimate attack, which it sort of doesn't work that way. If you're investing in somebody, you'd be losing out on your attack with your Martone. Whatever. Anyways, they threw the terms around loosely, but it worked overall, and I thought it was pretty good. It really piqued my interest. The whole world they were in.
It
I
actually
give it a
got me
solid 6 out of 10, with a 8 out of 10 if you're really into high fantasy cyberpunk.
and money.
Yeah, money, always money.
well, if there's something I didn't like about the show, it's how the whole struggle, the whole conflict is very loosely presented. It's like very episodic struggles with going from one opponent to another opponent. It's always about using money to get more of your future or sell out your future and all that crap. But really, they try to present it as if money is the cause of all that is evil in the world, and if you run out of money, you disappear from existence. Did they really need to go up until that place? Like you wipe
It's
out.
true. I mean, if you don't
Well,
have money, like what are you worth? Quite literally. No pun. You know.
Yeah, but
I don't
anyways,
know. There was the whole subplot there with the dark money, the dirty money, right? And it's actually a real world phenomenon where if you have foreign investments injecting into your economy, it gets ruined and destroyed, and everything goes bad.
Yeah, that's what the
It's
that's what the
all about
Jews that's the Jews are trying to do
figuring
to
out
us.
why foreign things are terrible, and it's good.
You know.
Brings
yeah,
up a good point.
yeah, and whatever they were trying to do for all those episodes, without actually trying to flesh out any of the characters, because they didn't actually flesh out any of the characters. They just threw in
Fleshed out a
stuff
lot
and just
though.
dropped it after a few episodes, and then the ending comes, and it's technically a Deus Ex Machina. It's like they say, "Oh, you have the magic card that can just reset everything." Oh, why didn't you tell me all along then? Oh, because it's the last episode, and we couldn't say that before. Bullshit. That's not
His
how you
daughter
do a
was
good
cute
show.
though.
Yeah, and that guy made a lot of money, so I think he's successful.
Yeah, I agree.
Whatever. Moving to May. Blue Exorcist.
Blue
Maybe
Exorcist.
Or I don't know, but Exorcist.
Nothing to say?
Is it like I don't know, Exorcist?
Yes,
Blue
yes.
Exorcist, is that
Yeah.
it? Oh yes. Okay, this movie, or not movie, sorry, anime. I keep mixing that up, but this one has a special place in my heart. The relationship between the two brothers was so well fleshed out, and you could see the real connection between them, and how they really stood up for each other and loved each other as family.
You know, Alex, I would have to actually go a step beyond and say that there were some very subtle hints that they wanted to be more than brothers.
I totally reject whatever filthy, terrible
You
thing
know,
you're trying to say here.
I really got the feeling that from a lot of their close talks and interactions with the little blonde girl who couldn't walk because she had polio, that they wanted to be a lot more than brothers. You
Please
know?
stay more focused and talk about the show besides that.
That's dude. I mean,
It's character interactions. It's a show, man.
that's the whole show right there.
The
It's
whole
like
show is how the main character likes this blonde girl, who likes the brother, who likes the other brother. It's a love triangle. It's the huge thing to the show.
and
It
and
factors
there's
into the
also
ending.
a major theme of polio because you remember she had like the plant that gave her polio.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was so cutely terrible.
Anyways, for a shonen, it was very dull. For the most part, it was comedy than fighting, and it's supposed to be
You know,
about
it
exorcist fighting the devil or something.
like
Nothing
a
of the sort
it
happened.
was like a post shonen, because like it was like, okay, we got all these superpowers, we're going to go through all these training arcs, and there's no villain. Done.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
somebody thought it was a really good idea. So but someone in the anime studio was like, dude, this is a really shitty show we're working with here. And then the director was probably like, yeah, yeah, let's just focus on the brothers
Maybe.
being gay.
Moving
I'm
on.
sorry.
Moving on. Deadman Wonderland.
Well, I think this one got a lot of hate for no real reason. Deadman Wonderland was a real sleeper hit. How would I put this lightly? I think everybody else needs to get better taste. That's just it. Because this was a solid 10 out of 10, like Boku no Aono Exorcist.
I can't really say, that much. I just remember that I saw the plot, the twist coming very very early. I only watched the show because on the poster, Rory, if you can link the poster on Mal that they have, real quick, like in the video when you're doing the editing.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
Kind of looks like she's naked. Like I thought that was like a big draw of the show, was it was about like naked people who are running from like this big black guy who wore red all the time, and like this guy was like gay because of his suit.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, many people like that show because of the premise, the usual excuse. If the premise sounds good, so the show is good. Yeah, here we go again. Attack on Titan syndrome. But the truth is that it starts off as a mystery thriller, survival action, horror, whatever, and midway turns to a fighting shonen, which became very mediocre. And they really stretch your suspension of disbelief all the time. So you're gonna start questioning what the hell is going on here. It makes no sense, and yet you're supposed to accept everything. And it ends midway, like you're supposed to expect for a second season to come up, but they're never gonna make a second season. And from what I hear, the manga is terrible because nobody liked it after the midway, because it was just another fighting shonen which ended in a very meh way. So yeah, a concept which was there just to hook you in, and then just random bullshit happening. So not good. Moving on. Then we have.
I honestly think you need to give another watch. It was. You had to really think about the hidden themes and subtle interactions between the characters, like just the body gestures. It's really detailed. It's like the Hyoka of 2011.
Then we have Children Who Chase Lost Voices. It's by Makoto Shinkai. That thing about trying to be Miyazaki. If you know what I'm trying to say.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
I actually didn't watch that one. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't like this guy, so he makes
okay.
like these movies that are like.
I watched it, man. He's obviously trying to be too much like a Miyazaki imitator. It's like.
Hey, what a
dreamland.
surprise! I don't like fucking Miyazaki either. It's really weird how that works, huh?
Yeah. So it was very different compared to his other works. It feels like it's not even about a romance. It's about a quick stroll through a magical fairyland or something. Then it's over. It's a very dull children's adventure than trying to be about romances, which is like his forte and stuff. So no, it's by far his worst work to date. Because it wasn't focused. It needed far more duration to properly show
Have you
the world,
seen the
show the
Garden
conflict.
of Words?
What?
Have you seen what is the Garden of Words? His newest one?
Yes, but at least it's about
Dude.
a romance, man.
No, come on, man. That movie is literally feet. Oh, we see each other on the balcony. Hug. Feet.
Yes, I know it's about a fetish and stuff, but it's about a romance, man. It's a simple story about a romance. It didn't need much more duration than what it got. Whereas this one, it needed at least 12 episodes to properly explore what is going on. You cannot just throw in a whole new world and expect to be over in a movie duration. It's impossible. That's why I said it was a big failure. Plus, it was out of his field because he's good only at romances. Moving.
I think in this part of the review you should just have a big picture of fucking Makoto Shinkai and have a dick going in his mouth. Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the two either. It's just same show times 20. You know,
Tell
try
me,
to make it
like,
so.
look at this face. Tell me you don't want to punch him. Like, look at that. I'd take his lunch money every day.
Kami-sama Dolls.
Oh shit. I might actually not have.
Okay, Alex, did you
Anything.
watch it?
I remember seeing the first episode, but I didn't get past that, so I don't have an opinion on it, unfortunately. I know there's a cool ass robot.
Yeah, you really guys, the only thing that matters in this show is the cool robot that goes around doing stuff. Everything else is just slice of life nonsense. They try to have some sort of a drama, some sort of a conflict. There's some sort of a threat going on about these, let's call them golems that could go out of control and destroy the world, but nah, it's way too light. It's mostly about cute girls doing cute things and light comedy, so you never feel like there's any actual thrill going on. You can completely skip it and you're not gonna miss anything. Next up, Blood Sea.
Literally tits and blood, the anime. I thought it was okay though. There was a lot of action. The fight scenes are well thought out, but the execution was a different story.
Yeah.
I was really attracted to the main character because of her voice actor. I think her voice actor is really cute. I went to one of her concerts once, and she actually looked at me for a second, so I think we're kind of like going out. And I pretty much just watch anything with her in it. I think that any of you kids watching this should watch anything with Nana Mizuki in it. I hope right now in this point in the video, Rory has a big picture of Nana Mizuki.
You wish.
She's great.
Anyways, there is very little characterization in this show. It's like random missions where she goes around, slays monsters, people die, you don't give a fuck because you don't know them.
And then the twist.
Yeah. And the ending, which is one big plot twist, is one of the goriest, bloodiest endings you can possibly find in any show, period. But if you're supposed to watch it for people dying, which you don't give a damn about, it's gonna be more closer to a comedy than horror or drama, whatever you're gonna say. So they fail completely at trying to make this interesting because they never try to flesh out the characters. That's the problem with the show. Moving on. Anything to say about Blade, another of Western adaptations from the comic book?
I don't watch anime with black people in them.
It's terrible. Blade has been, just like the Wolverine and X-Men anime. Japan's following a trend of porting over superior Western entertainment, and I really like it. They're making a good step. This is a stepping stone to the future, my friends.
They cannot even adapt something which is already established. I mean, what's their problem? It was obviously there. They could do a lot more, but it feels so lifeless. And if I get it right, half of the cast for all this series was Korean. It wasn't even Japanese. So they couldn't save money or something. Whatever. It was a very bad advertisement. They were trying to show off all these titles in the West. They made them very dull. Nobody really cared about them. So bad move there, Madhouse. You just ruined your image, especially to the West.
Oh, Madhouse made it. Oh, wow, that explains all the Korean artists on it, because, Madhouse loves outsourcing their stuff. It's real fun sometimes.
Yeah. Moving on. Heaven's Memo Pad.
Alright, you're gonna need to... Mirai Nikki, right?
No!
No? Okay, seriously, what's the Japanese one for that?
It's the only neat thing to do?
Dude, okay, 1 second. Let me Google this, because this is ringing no bells, but...
Okay, well, let me try again.
You should have just said the other lowly detective show.
Okay, but there's so many of them.
There's like 4.
Okay. Kami-sama no Memo Chu.
I remember watching this, and I remember watching it specifically because of the fact that, the main character was a little girl. I often relate much better to little girl characters than I do to male adult characters, because I feel like they represent on the outside how I feel on the